Hi there, and welcome to A to J Connections. My name is Josh, and here we have an amazing guest. If you were to introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Madison Brunoehler. I'm a voice actress and cosplayer.
Amazing, and so glad for you to be here with us today. It's really fun here at the San Diego Anime Comic Con.
Yes.
Okay, so you do cosplay. What's one of either your most intense cosplays that you worked on, or is there a particular series that you enjoy cosplaying from?
I kind of jump around from all genres, everything from Disney to Critical Role to anime to just all over the place. I think the most intense one I think I've made was a character, Fern from Critical Role. Horns, staff, hooves, the whole nine, had a tail, it was everything. It's an intense cosplay. I definitely can't wear parts of it for very long.
Oh, that's very understandable.
It looks fantastic though.
It's gotta catch you on a very specific time to
Great for photo shoots, not good for cons.
So in terms of your involvement with voice work, what motivated you to start doing work voicing characters from projects such as video games and shows?
Well, I've always been making silly voices ever since I was really little. I remember coming home from seeing Lilo and Stitch in theaters. Gives you a time frame for when that happened. You do the math on how old I am. And I came home from the theater, and on the drive, I started making the Stitch voice, just kind of doing this silly little different thing.
That's a really good impression.
Thank you very much. And remember, my mother was definitely like, "How are you doing that? What is this coming out of my child? What is it?" And it said that what you do as a child is actually what you're meant to do with the rest of your life. It's the thing that you're really drawn to genuinely. So it really makes sense looking back on it that I'm like, oh yeah, I was always meant to be making silly voices and wearing costumes. That makes absolute sense. So when the opportunity presented itself to me later in life, and I, for the first time, was in a sound booth, and I was like, this is the most comfortable I have ever been anywhere for something I have no experience with.
So you were sold.
I was sold, yes. I pivoted my career and was like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do now. I got training. I got the equipment. I did the work. And now it's like, this is what I do now.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great. Is there a particular role that you feel very accomplished in being able to do, or was there particularly an audition that you really strove to get a particular character and you were very, very proud? I'm sorry, I hope that's not a little bit too all over the place. Just genuinely, what makes you feel the most accomplished?
Yeah. I did this role in this audio drama series called The Great Wizarding War, which takes place in the time of the Marauders in the Harry Potter universe. So the first Wizarding War. And I played the part of Narcissa Malfoy. And I wanted this part so badly. Oh my God, because I had seen the previous productions that they had done, and I absolutely loved it. So I was following the entire production and was like, I wanted to at least audition for this. So when I actually got the audition, I was like, okay, I'm giving it my all for this audition. This is my performance time with this audition. So the fact that I actually booked that one, oh my God, that makes me so proud. I've got some other ones that I'm trying to work on and just be like, just let me audition. Just let me audition for this project, please. So I loved playing Narcissa, and that cast was phenomenal. It was the most fun I've ever had with recording, because we actually got to record it all together, which is so rare for voiceover.
That is.
So we actually got to play off each other, feel each other's energy, and oh God, I love that. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Oh my gosh. So that's a really big series.
Yeah.
And so I want to also ask about this question. You've worked in the Five Nights at Freddy's series. Tell me a little bit about how that role went for you.
It was actually a bit of a mystery, because when I originally got it, they didn't say that it was for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Really?
It was a complete mystery to me. I kind of had hints of it, and I thought, oh, maybe this is for a fan film of it, or maybe it's a knockoff version of Five Nights. I didn't think it was actually for Five Nights until after I was done recording it. And it was like, wait a minute, this is legit for FNAF. Oh, I'm kind of upset that I didn't know that, and glad that I didn't know that, because not knowing it allowed me to just have no pressure for it. And I was just like, yeah, I can do this. And I did it really well. And I had a really good time doing it. And then finding out, I was like, oh, well, now I'm not stressed about that.
No, that's good. Straight up giving it your best,
Yeah.
regardless as to what the case is.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the movie that came out? If it's fine with me, just asking like your thoughts on
I
that.
mean, I think I love the fact that they made it for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
They really were like, yeah, if you have a new audience comes into this, and we're like, great, glad you like it. But this was made with the fans in mind. This was made for them. And you can tell with even Matt Pat's cameo in there that it was definitely like, we know our audience. We understand. We are not pandering here. We are giving this all. Even the fact that they made the actual animatronics practical. Like, I love that. That's fantastic because they're so real. They're really there. And that, I think, adds to it immensely.
Yeah, the practical, especially when you mix that with your CGI, like it's so immersive.
Yeah.
And with all that, like the immersion and kind of pivoting back to cosplay. So now that you are going to these conventions, you're able to meet up with your fans. How does that change up the dynamic? Because as a cosplayer, I imagine you still want to like enjoy yourself when like feeling the vibe with everybody, especially when there are plenty of fans who are so happy to meet you.
Yeah. I've been cosplaying since I was 14, and my first cosplay was Envy from Full Metal Alchemist.
Nice.
It was an anime con, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I did all the wrong stuff, but I had so much fun. And I've been cosplaying nonstop since then, so I've been on both sides of it. I've now been on the opposite side of it where I'm like, oh, I'm the fan meeting somebody.
Yes.
And I understand now when somebody comes up and they're like so excited to meet me, it's really important that it's not just something that I blow off. This is a huge moment for them, and that moment is important for me to make sure that it's treated with value and love and respect, and make sure that they are getting the most out of that interaction.
Yeah.
So I love that I can be on both sides of the curtain, see how it's done, and also do it myself, and just have a good time all around, because that's all we're here for.
Yes.
We're here to have a good time and just express ourselves as much as we can for the things that we love.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, thank you so much. Just going to be signing off in a bit. Is there any particular project that you're allowed to talk about that you're very excited, or anything that you're able to promote?
You can catch me in some of the latest episodes of the Tuttle Twins, or most everything else is under NDA at the moment, so I'm not allowed to say that much. But that, or you can follow me on my social medias, Maddie to the Max, MAD, the number 2, the Max, at Maddie to the Max, at all the things. And to the convention. My brain's a little foggy.
No, it's all good. It's all good. As a a send off, you knew what you wanted to do when you were younger.
Yeah.
What can you say for encouragement to anybody who wants to either get into cosplay professionally, update their seamstress abilities, or for somebody who wants to be a voice actor?
Yeah.
This
piece of advice, it actually works for both things, is don't break the bank right off the bat. Don't have to have the biggest, best sewing machine or have to have the biggest, best microphone. Start small. Start cheap. Start with finding pieces at thrift stores and altering them using hot glue. That's what I did, and then as I grew, I got better, and I figured out how to use a sewing machine. I had a rinky-dink sewing machine that was 10 years old when I had it, and then I ran it for another 20 years. And then I upgraded to another better sewing machine. And then I upgraded to another better sound booth once I'd had the experience and I worked with a USB mic. Then I got a sound compressor and all that stuff. Start small, but practice. Practice all of it. And your first stuff's gonna be bad. But you're gonna look back on it and go, wow, that was bad. Look how far I've come. But you gotta start with the bad stuff and learn from there. You don't get better by being good from the start.
Thank you so much, Madison.
Yeah.
I'm glad for you being here. Where can everybody follow you or find you?
You can find me at Maddie to the Max on pretty much all social medias. It's MADI, the number 2, the Max.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. Again, thank you for viewing the latest A to J interview. We will catch you in the next one.